Hey guys, what's up? I'm Brian Max. I'm filling in for our friend MotoMan, who is still recuperating, and we wish him a speedy recovery. But since he's not here, you've got me, and I'm going to give this thing a drive, the 2021 Mercedes AMG GLS 63. Join me as we take this for a spin and find out what is going on with this big beast of a machine. Okay, yeah, that's quick. Despite the size of this GLS, it's still very quick, and it's pulling pretty linearly through the rev range, and at least inside the cabin, it sounds great, but I think that sound is enhanced a little and not entirely authentic. Wow. That just launches hard, and the transmission shifts so quick, but the key reason this thing is quicker than maybe it should be is because Mercedes AMG has a little trick up its sleeve. Probably the coolest thing that's going on with this GLS 63 is what Mercedes AMG calls the EQ Boost. And what it is, it's an integrated starter generator that sits behind the engine in front of the transmission, and it does a bunch of really cool things that makes this basically a performance hybrid SUV.
MotoMan was super excited about this tech in the CLS 450 episode, and I get it now. This is advanced level engineering, but it's seamless from the driver's perspective, and it quietly enhances the driving experience. For us gearheads, it adds power and torque under certain conditions, more on that in a bit. It's a 48-volt system, and when the V8 has switched off to save fuel, it powers necessary systems like the HVAC, infotainment, and driver assist. Also, the 48-volt system gives the active anti-roll bar system its quick response time. More on those anti-roll bars later as well.
Here in this GLS 63, the 4-liter twin-turbo V8 makes 603 horsepower, and that EQ Boost, under certain conditions, will add a maximum of 21 horsepower for a total of 624 horsepower. What's really cool is how much torque the system makes. 627 pounds of torque from the 4-liter twin-turbo V8, and another 184 pounds of torque from the EQ Boost under certain conditions, for a grand total maximum of 811 pounds-feet of torque. This is pretty much the same 9-speed automatic that Mercedes uses in other models, but it's tuned a little differently here. I wasn't really expecting it to upshift and downshift so quickly and so firmly, but it does, and that has me seriously impressed. So on the outside of this GLS 63, there are a number of changes to make this an AMG, and they're actually kind of subtle that, you know, AMG does like to do from time to time. This grille, this lower fascia is all AMG, and you're only going to see this on the GLS. The obvious thing are these massive wheels, and these are the optional 23s. The side skirts are a little bit different as well. There's a lower bumper and sort of diffuser treatment going on at the back, as well as AMG rectangular exhaust. And check it out, very subtle wheel arches. Those add up to making this an AMG versus a regular GLS. It doesn't handle too badly. I can point it where I want it to go, but really don't ask me to trail brake this into corners. I don't want to do that. And I'm a little more prudent with the throttle on corner exit. I don't want to get excited and get on that throttle too quickly. But what you need to know is that this suspension has 3 tricks. One, it raises and lowers because it is an air suspension. So to lower at speed, it will raise itself for off-roading if you wish, but it works in concert with the adaptive dampers, which seem to work great. Even over that last little jump that I hit, the adaptive dampers did a decent job, and they're doing an okay job managing both body and wheel control. Really don't have any complaints for, again, a massive performance SUV. The biggest trick is the fact that this has active anti-roll bars. So when you're driving along in a straight line, you know, they're all relaxed, you've got a comfortable ride, and when I'm throwing it into a corner, they instantly react, stiffen up, and this thing corners flatter than it should. And that in itself is pretty impressive. And of course, one of the tricks to this is that it is part of the car's 48-volt electrical system, and they can react instantaneously versus another system, maybe like a hydraulic one. All right, friends, it's time for the options game. GLS63 for 2021 starts at $132,100, and this one goes up from there. AMG Macchiato Beige and Black exclusive Napa leather, which is beautiful, is an additional $250. Carbon fiber engine cover underneath the hood, you have to pay $1,500 for. The AMG Performance steering wheel in Napa leather and Dynamica is another $500. The multi-spoke forged wheels are $4,450. Augmented video, $350, and I'm still not quite sure what that is. If that's the augmented reality thing with the navigation, which I really do like. It works very effectively. I don't know if that's part of it or part of another system. The AMG drive unit, no charge, not sure what that is exactly. Next on the list is manual second row sunshades for $380. My favorite option, the Burmester high-end surround system. I really, really like this. $4,550. I think that's the most expensive option here. Heated rear seats, which probably should be standard. I think MotoMan said this. Should be standard on something like this, $580. Magic Vision Control. Now, odd name for an option, but what that is the wiper arms are like have little micro jets in them for the washer fluid to spray all over the windscreen. It's a really cool thing, but here in dry California, I haven't had to use it. That's actually $350, and in my opinion, that's worth every penny. Third row heated seats, $360. Warmth and comfort package, which I need in my part of the world, $1,100. That includes the rapid heating function, heated door center panels, heated front and rear armrests, and heated center console. Yeah, $1,100. That is fantastic. Air balance package with fragrance energizing package. Code $550. I think that's the fragrance that you can put the bottle in the glove box and it sprays a lovely fragrance. You can change that up if you wish. And the last package is the acoustic comfort package. And yes, this thing is quiet. Increased cabin insulation, windshield with infrared reflecting film, side windows with acoustic and infrared absorbing film, and that is an $1,100 option package. Destination and delivery of $995, and you get a total of $149,115 for this performance SUV. Now, MotoMan calls these baby buggies, but I call them transportation for my snowboards and bicycles. So I would throw bicycles and snowboards in this thing, not babies, that's for sure. In terms of braking, there are massive front rotors here with 6 piston calipers, just single piston calipers in the rear with a one-piece rotor, but they work very effectively.
Check these brakes out. 15.7-inch drilled rotors with 6 piston calipers up front. That's just massive clamping power. At the back, there are simple 14.6-inch diameter rotors with single piston calipers. To be fair, the most hardcore brakes are the 2-piece type for weight savings and heat dissipation, but to be more fair, nobody is going to drive this GLS63 on the racetrack.
There's no argument that this is a massive performance SUV. It's over 200 inches long. It's like a 124-inch wheelbase, but 206 inches, I think that's like 14 or 15 feet. Like, this is enormous, and in my part of the world where I live, this is almost too big. This thing is enormous, and unfortunately, Mercedes AMG doesn't quite want to release the weight of this to us yet. The 4MATIC Plus system here is fully variable. It'll go from 100% rear to 50-50. There is an electronically controlled limited slip diff. What an e-diff does and what they're able to do is ensure that this big SUV is super stable under braking. And with a mechanical limited slip diff, that sometimes, certainly if you got a little bit of lock in the wheel, will not be as stable.
On the inside, what makes this a GLS63 are the AMG pedals, the AMG branding on the door sills and floor mats. What I do like about the interior is the 64 color ambient lighting, and didn't get much of a chance to drive this at night, but it's pretty cool. There's an AMG instrument cluster with 4 display styles: Modern, Classic, Sport, Discreet, and Super Sport, which is exclusive to AMG. Of course, the seats are AMG specific, and the wonderful AMG steering wheel. As well, it's worth noting there are 6 drive modes: Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, Individual, Trail, Sand, but you're not going to be doing any serious off-roading with these Michelin Performance summer tires, that's for sure.
Thanks for hanging out with me today and having a look at the 2021 Mercedes AMG GLS63 here on MotoManTV. Again, I'm Brian Max. If you want to find out more about me, links here, links below. You can visit me on my channel, and if you do, please let me know that you've dropped by. On this channel, we've got one ask. This content is free for you, but here we ask you one thing, just one ask, and that is to share this on your social, and most importantly on Reddit. That really helps us out tremendously. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you have any questions for anything I didn't get to, definitely leave those below and I will get to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next time.